Wasn't it Hulk Hogan who called everybody
I don't
brother?
know, brother.
Okay.
I didn't watch any of these people growing up, brother.
Well, I'm going to use the Game Time app too, and neither did I.
You didn't say brother.
Brother.
Brother, you have to have the hard R, brother. Do not adjust your television sets or phones or tablets or however the hell you're watching this. I am Amin Elhassan and I'm wearing glasses. Yeah, I know. Earlier this week, no one had ever seen me with a hat on, and now no one's ever seen me with glasses on. Look, every once in a while, you got to switch it up. That's Charlotte Wilder over there. She looks thrilled for some reason that I'm wearing glasses.
Yeah, because it's like we're witnessing a makeover in real time. It's like you're trying stuff out on us, and it's a hat, and it's glasses, it's accessories week for Amin.
We've got a great show for you guys today. A little bit later, it's the return of So You Think You Know Me, the game show, where we ask NBA players about themselves. And we've got LaMarcus Aldridge here. Tom Haberstroh, as always, is going to be leading the proceedings on that one. Also, Charlotte, it's your favorite segment, I believe. It's the one where people are feeling down and you
hype me up.
There you go. We're doing that a little bit later. But first, so we're in the deadest of the dead part of the offseason. Training camp isn't here yet. And also, I'm in Miami, and Damian Lillard isn't here yet. And so everyone's kind of bored and curious and wondering. So ESPN.com this week had a story by Bobby Marks where he came up with several hypothetical deals for Damian Lillard, one to Miami, and then one to some other locations, Toronto, New Orleans, Philadelphia, to name a few.
Shams Charania earlier this week of The Athletic reported that Dame really doesn't want to report to training camp if he's sent somewhere else. Like, for, say, the Raptors was the team that was thrown out, which seemed to me sort of like very deliberate that he does not want to go to Canada. What are your thoughts on that, Amin?
Yeah, it's not necessarily doesn't want to go to Canada. It's like that's not a situation that's going to help his career at this point. He wants to compete for a championship. He wants to play with elite talent, with elite coaching. It's just not a great situation for him. And so this is the saber rattling of letting everyone know, don't even try it. Don't even try sending me anywhere, because the next day I'm going to lodge another trade request to get out of there and get down to Miami. These are the big dates everyone should look out for. Obviously, in a couple of weeks, near the start of training camp. That's one. If it doesn't happen then, to me, the next big date on the calendar is December 15th. That's the date where you can start trading people who got signed this offseason. Then after that, the next big date is the February trade deadline. Those are the mile markers we're looking at right now, and so no one should really feel any sort of tension or pressure of why hasn't anything happened yet.
Do you think it's going to happen? Like, in your heart of hearts, do you think that Dame will be in Miami, or is there a world in which he finishes this season as a Blazer?
I just can't imagine the Blazers thinking that things will get better the longer he's unhappy, the longer he's there, and the longer everyone knows he doesn't want to go anywhere other than Miami. I think the reality is they just have to find enough trade partners to make this a big enough deal so Portland gets something of what it likes. And to me, this all comes down to, can we get pieces that fit and make it work for everybody, not necessarily the quality of the pieces in question.
Well, speaking of making it work for everybody, we're going to try to make it work for a few select people coming up here when we hype them up.
Way to segue. There you go. Almost as smooth as the segue I'm going to do when I go to the game this week and use the Game Time app. Oh, yeah. You guys didn't see that one coming. I'm going to use the Game Time app, brother. I'm going to put in the DLS code. I'm going to get $20 off. And I'm going to go and learn that terms and conditions may apply as I use the Game Time app to get tickets to concerts, to live events, to games, whatever it is, brother. It's the Game Time app. I think it's Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm not sure, brother. I'm not sure. Feeling down, feeling like the world doesn't love you anymore. Perhaps programs are using your name a full 17 years after your relevancy has already expired. Have no fear. We've got the segment for you. It's called
Hype Me Up.
That's right.
Was that a Sarah Palin callback?
I didn't say the name. I don't know. We got a name, we got a prediction, and we got a statement. Charlotte. And
yes,
our mission, should you choose to accept it, is to hype up this person, make them feel better, make this person or statement or prediction seem like it's worth having around. Can you do that, Charlotte? You seem like a negative Nancy, so I don't know if this positivity thing is your lane.
I'm famously good at hyping people up without negging them.
Okay. All right. Well,
okay.
I'll get you started. This is a very familiar name to you, Charlotte.
Yes.
Joe Mazzulla, head coach of the Boston Celtics. Joe Mazzulla. You got to hype him up.
Joe, my dude. Where do I even start? Look, first of all, everyone gave you a really hard time for saying you watch The Town every night. Don't listen to them.
You're already
Keep watching The Town. You got to the Eastern Conference Finals as your first year as a head coach. And yes, you did not make it past that with arguably maybe the best team. But listen, you got a window here, Joe. You're going to crawl right through it, and we're going to go right to the finals. You're going to take this team all the way. And if you don't, you might get pushed out of that window. But when one window closes, another door always opens, as they say. Joe, you've got a bright young squad. Kristaps, we're gonna figure out the whole injury stuff. Oh man, I mean, this is going downhill.
Yeah, no, very positive, very hyped up. Thank you, Charlotte.
Okay.
Did you read a name to me? I guess.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know you crawled through windows. I thought you climbed through windows.
You can crawl through a window.
It's like a basement window?
Think about a basement window.
Yeah, there you go. So you got them in the basement. Got it.
Well, no, they're. Well, you have to crawl through it eventually. Like, even if you climb up, you then crawl through.
Yeah, Joe's in the basement. Got it. What's my name? What's the name I got to hype up?
The name you have is the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay. So first of all, by the way, I want to point out that Charlotte said to him, like, basically, and if you don't get it done, you're going to get fired. But I digress. The Charlotte Hornets. Oh, a new era has begun. Look, guys, you don't have to BS with me. I know the deal. Michael wasn't that great of an owner, right? Things weren't running that smoothly. But now you got new ownership. You got the guy who may have been part of like that whole financial meltdown with AMC Theaters and GameStop. That guy's there. And then you also have the other guy who came from Atlanta, and he's kind of in control for the first 5 years. I don't want to get into the weeds. You got J. Cole. Hey, we all know J. Cole. J. Cole's there. And so this is new, inspiring leadership that's willing to invest in the team, connect with the players. You took Brandon Miller second, and even though Hugo, the Hornet, didn't agree with that pick, guess what? Brandon Miller is going to prove everybody wrong. He's going to be the next Kevin Durant. Yeah, that's right. Print it and put my name under it and say it on Reddit like Oddball's host Amin Elhassan calls Brandon Miller the next Kevin Durant. That's right, I said it. And that's why the Charlotte Hornets are going to be in the play-in, because LaMelo Ball, who could forget? LaMelo Ball takes another leap. He's going to take life seriously now. Coach Cliff, get him the ball. Get out the way. Spread the floor. Let him lead the way. LeVar Ball sayings here, insert all. I'm going to get that shirt that says, greatness takes balls. Yeah, I agree, LeVar. Go Charlotte Hornets. Also, you're named after my co-host.
Yeah, I have to, you know how my dream is to have you have to hype me up one time? I read Charlotte and I was like, ooh, and then it was Hornets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. The statement. Jamal Murray calls out NBA 2K after disrespectful rating. Do we know what the rating was, Hollywood? What was he rated? That he got so angry, as Charlotte can filibuster and think about it here, Charlotte. Don't listen to my voice. This is your opportunity to come up with a good answer. I'm ready to go.
I actually I think he was ranked 88 and Jokic got a 98.
Okay, there you go. So Jamal Murray got an 88, Charlotte, on 2K. He calls out 2K for that disrespectful rating. Go ahead, hype him up.
Jamal, my dude. Who gives a horse's butt what a bunch of video programmers in, I don't know, like Palo Alto or some lame tech city decided that your NBA rating was going to be? You think any of them play basketball? No. Jamal, you're out there. You're a champion now. And you are the only person who can decide what your rating is. So go out there, Get some inspirational posters for your wall and put up an 88 and then cross it out and be like 100 if that's the scale that they rate this on, because I don't play NBA 2K. Jamal, ball's in your court. Ignore the haters and the video games, because you, my friend, are the real deal. God damn it.
Got it. Wow, I'm sure Jamal's ready to take on the world now.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody. Are you ready?
I'm ready for my statement, yes.
Nicolas Batum to retire after 2024 Paris Olympics.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Nick, the good times, the bad times. That time you signed a bunch of money with the Charlotte Hornets, a max deal, I believe. That time, the next 5 years afterward, where you didn't live up to it at all. But then you found your way back to the Clippers. Look, man, you've had an amazing career. International, NBA, you name it, man. You made money. You played on some really good teams. You got to compete. You started for a lot of it. You were always a good teammate. I'll never forget your pre-draft workout in Phoenix. You came, and this was you coming fresh off of European style and European kind of wave. And Nick, you really smelled bad. I don't think deodorant was part of your regimen. And so when you shot at one side of the court, we literally had everyone else shooting at the other side because the funk was that bad. But that's not your fault, Nick. You were 18, 19 years old, fresh out of playing for France. Nobody told you these things. But over time, you learned, you got better, you improved, and along the way, you made a ton of money. And for that, I say congratulations, sir. You are one of the greatest French basketball players ever. You were part of the golden generation of France basketball, along with Tony and Boris and Ronnie and the rest of the gang there. So, how can I forget my guy, Mikel Pietrus, Air France, right? So, enjoy retirement. Go out on top right there in your hometown of Paris, among the French, the Parisiens. Take one last waltz down the Champs-Élysées. Maybe stop off at Noura and get yourself a shawarma, because this is my favorite. Here's looking at you, kid.
Now you're just bragging that you know French words.
Mes parents habitent en le 15e. That's it. That's what it's called. Presque de Beaugrenelle. That's right. You guys didn't know I had it. Ouais, qu'est-ce qui se passe? C'est bien ça? Okay, d'accord.
I'm French now. Thank you. All right, hit me. Also, you always give me a hard time for being like, oh, but he's really hyped up now. You just told a story about how Nicolas Batum smelled bad.
When he was 18 or 19, now he's fine. Look, we all have bad stories.
Have you smelled him recently?
What?
Have you smelled him recently?
I've been around him. Yeah, he doesn't smell like that anymore.
Well, he's French too, so you got to cut him a little slack.
Your prediction is Giannis stays in Milwaukee for his entire career.
Giannis, listen, this is amazing. You don't have to move. You're a loyal guy. You're like, look, if you compete for a championship, I'll stay here. You said that this summer. And what if this means that they're ready to compete for a championship again? That you're not going to be out there trying to do this all on your own. You're going to get some help. It means that everything has gone right. Also, Milwaukee, sort of underrated town. The Schlitz building over there, they've got like some cool old industrial architecture. You could turn some lofts into artist spaces. I think there's a bright future for you, Giannis, and you'll go down in history as the best Milwaukee guy of all time. This is your legacy, man. This is it. Stay in Milwaukee. Win a few more championships. That's great.
You know, every child growing up in the streets of Athens dreams one day of becoming the greatest athlete in Milwaukee sports history.
Well, I mean, you know that they call those old warehouses along the lake or whatever the Parthenon of Wisconsin.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. And they call Culver's the Acropolis, right? Yeah.
Yes. It actually took me a little while there to remember that Milwaukee was in Wisconsin.
So, math, geography, what else do we have here? Not Charlotte's strong suits. All right.
But I got there, so I think that's...
Hit me with mine.
Okay. Luka Doncic wants to be MVP.
Man, of course Luka wants to be MVP. We already know this. Luka, come on, man. You want to be MVP, right? Damn, man. Look, you were the most dominant guy at the FIBA World Cup. I know. Canada did their Bush League bull and they got you ejected out of that game because Dylan Brooks can't guard you one-on-one just straight up. He's got to involve all the trickery and all the other stuff. Dude, don't even worry about that. Guess what? Canada lost the very next game, so there's nothing to write home about there. No, you're going to be fine, dude. You're going to head out there this season. You and Kyrie, match made in heaven, man. Who could stop either of you guys dribbling the basketball? Not the opponents, not the opposing coach. Hell, not even your own head coach could stop you guys from dribbling the air out of the ball. Step backs. Fallaways, fadeaways, J's in people's faces. Plus, you're an amazing rebounder. People look at you and say, oh, he's kind of chunky. He doesn't really jump. Guess what? That chunky non-jumping boy right there, he grabbed rebounds. And then, in the words of Magic Johnson, you'll be hitting them with all these passes. You make guys like Dwight Powell, who lost with Canada, by the way. Let me just point that out one more time. You make guys like Dwight Powell look amazing out there. And you know what? That's the key to being MVP. It's not just you're being amazing. It's you got to make all these other scrubs around you look amazing too. Sorry, Dwight Powell. This is a hype me up segment, so you're going to have to just take the L there. So, yeah, Luka, you wanting to be MVP is absolutely a dream come true.
Chubby non-jumping dude.
Yeah.
Chubby non-jumping
chubby non-jumping motherfucker, but like I just figured the bleep would be a little excessive.
Well, now we have it. So, do I have any more or?
Nope, that was it. That's gonna do it for Hype Me Up. It's time for the game that's sweeping the nation. It's called So You Think You Know Me, and let's give it up for our host, Tom Haberstroh. Hey! Applause. Yeah, people cheering. There you go. Tom, take it away.
Thank you, LaMarcus. You didn't need to do that. Yes, I am the host of everyone's favorite game show, So You Think You Know Me. LaMarcus, you're an amazing NBA player, one of the biggest, best bucket getters ever to pick up a basketball. 5-time All-NBA, 7-time All-Star, scored over 20,000 points in your NBA career. I think there's only 23 players who have accumulated 20,000 points and 8,000 rebounds in the NBA, and you're one of them. Congratulations on an amazing career. We're going to play this game. It's called So You Think You Know Me. And we came up with this idea because so many fans think they know everything about an NBA player. But here on this program, we say, who knows better about their career than the player themselves? LaMarcus Aldridge, I'm going to ask you some fun questions about your time in the NBA. Are you ready to play So You Think You Know Me?
Let's do it.
Okay. 20,558 points. That's a lot of points in the NBA, a lot of buckets, and a lot of assists on those buckets. According to our friends at stathead.com, you have been assisted by 104 players in your NBA career. I'm not going to ask you to name all 104, but I'm wondering if you can name the top 5 players that have assisted LaMarcus Aldridge in your career.
Andre Miller.
Andre Miller is number 6, 253. What? Yo, I saw Andre Miller because you played, 2 years with Andre?
But we had so many lobs when I was there with when he was there with us. So I was like, he has to be top 5. We threw so many lobs that year.
What was the best lob play that Nate would draw up?
It was simple. It was just floppy. So it was like teams were trying to take me out. So they were trying to front me. So I would pin down for whoever, like Nick Batum or whoever, and I would just go to the rim. Way out by half court, he would just throw that thing and be on a string right to the rim. It was crazy.
Tom, 2010 first round of the playoffs, Suns versus Blazers. They ran that to death game
1. Top 5 is Sergio Rodriguez on there?
He is not in the top 5, but pretty high on the list. He's 67 assists to you in your career.
Wow.
Tony Parker's number 7. Oh man, we're so close.
Oh,
he's getting 6 through 10 down.
B-Roy.
B-Roy's number 2. B-Roy with 369 assists to you, LaMarcus. Is there a particular play that stands out that B-Roy would hit you up?
Pick and pop. Pick and pop. Dame. I forgot about Dame. Like, number 1, huh?
Number 1, baby. Number 1, Damian Lillard, 383 assists to LMA. Brandon Roy at number 2. 3, 4, and 5. I'll give you a hint. You've already said his name in this discussion today. So who's kind of an international player bigger than your normal point guard?
Nick Batum.
Nick Batum.
Oh. Nick Batum was number 3?
Because the Dame and I had a great run, and then B-Roy and I had a great run, and then Nick was kind of there for both of those runs. So that makes sense.
How are you getting Nick Batum assists? Like, how are you guys? I'm trying to think about what actions you guys do.
Pick and roll, or it will be plays where he would throw me the lob. So it'd be like pick and roll with, say, B-Roy. He swings it real quick to Nick. Nick throws it to the rim. Now you remember. Yeah.
Oh, sassy. I like that, LaMarcus. Keep that energy up.
All right, so the 4 and the 5. Number 5 play with you in both San Antonio and Brooklyn.
Patty Mills.
Yeah. I was surprised by that one. A lot of good chemistry with Patty.
Exactly. Great guy. Great player. We always play really well in the pick and roll because he could shoot the 3 so well that teams would kind of jump out to him and then I'll be wide open. So yeah, we definitely played the pick and roll really good together.
Number 4 on the list, LaMarcus, is a white dude. I'm giving you a hint.
White dude.
Amin, do you got this one?
I don't. I'm getting
Steve Blake.
Steve Blake.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Steve Blake got it.
Forgot all about him.
Number 4 on the list. You got Damian, Brandon Roy, Nick Batum, Steve Blake, Patty Mills, and Andre Miller's just right behind Patty Mills, 253 to you and 260 for Patty Mills. I'm shocked by Andre Miller not being in the top 5. Great call.
If I would have guessed, I would have thought Dame and then Andre. So it's crazy that he's not in the top 5.
LaMarcus, did Patty play with you in Portland too?
Yeah, Portland, San Antonio, and Brooklyn.
So, Patty Mills, no wonder.
Oh, crazy. All right, so we mentioned that you had some crazy buckets in the playoffs, but there's 2 that stand out to me, 2 buzzer beaters in your NBA career. That is a game-winning shot taken, tied or trailing, and no time left on the clock after it went in. So there's 2 in your NBA career that I could find. Can you name those 2 buzzer beaters?
It's 3, but I'll take the touch plan. Yeah, it's Dallas. It's both versus Dallas. It was in Dallas. We had Coach Caleb Canales coaching us because Nate was let go, and then he asked me, where did I want the ball? I said at the elbow. Just threw the ball to me off the dribble, step back, and then cashed it in. And then my second one was Dallas in Portland. Terry Stotts is the coach. Hit the 3 to tie it up, and then they put me on the post, and then I did my little fadeaway from out of bounds, and that was game.
Cash money.
Can you remember who was guarding you for both of those?
Hayward in Dallas, and tall, light-skinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very athletic. Was it? Like, what was his?
Brandon Wright.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brandon Wright.
The third one that's not on there is with B-Roy. We were in Milwaukee. He had been cooking. He drove and he kicked to me to the baseline.
Baseline. Do you remember who was guarding you on that baseline? Because I have this one written down. It went in, I think, with like 2.4 seconds left, so it didn't count like technically as a buzzer beater. Do you remember who was guarding you on that baseline right jumper, right baseline?
Does the name start with an A?
Yeah, the first name starts with an A.
And then the last name would it be?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Bogut.
Yep. Bogut. Andrew Bogut was guarding you on the right baseline. Royal Ivy was guarding B-Roy there. Drove the lane, kicked it out, and you hit it with 2.4 seconds left. The other players on the floor for Milwaukee on that night, Michael Redd, Charlie Bell, Desmond Mason, Andrew Bogut. Man.
Yo, but by the way, shout out to Royal Ivy, who just coached South Sudan to an Olympic berth over there. Man. Yeah, so shout out to him. Big Queens energy over there. All right, LaMarcus, thanks so much for joining us on So You Think You Know Me. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the next time we run this. I don't know who's going to be in here, Tom. We might have anybody in here. So keep it locked in.
Brother dudettes. Okay, bye.